Hello friends, welcome to Okay IELTS. In this video, I am going to talk about IELTS writing section task 1, which is letter writing. So this video is dedicated to the absolute beginners or who are very new to the IELTS and really want to understand the exam pattern, really want to understand the different type of letters which can be there in the IELTS writing test. So let's see what do we have in this video. Before we start, I would say we need to follow two things in the exam. First one is you should write the letter within 20 minutes or you should write at least 150 words in the letter. If you write less than 150 words, your band score will go down. So at least try to maintain the minimum word count limit. Okay. So as this is general test, so the problem will be given to you more related to day-to-day life or everyday issues, everyday problems. Like you went to a restaurant and you didn't like the food, right? You had an appointment and then they ask you to wait, right? You missed something, you asked them to get the service, but something happened, right? So you're not happy with the service. So these kind of situations will be there, and then you need to write a letter to the given person. There are different type of letters in IELTS. We'll talk about each one, and each letter has a different writing style. So first one is informal letter, then we have semi-formal letter, and then we have formal letter. Formal letter. So our first task is when you read, right? When you read the problem, you should understand the problem and try to identify the category of the letter. Okay. So I'll tell you how to identify the category. Once you know the category of the letter, it will be easy for you to write the letter because every single type of category has a different style, different writing style. What I'm trying to say is like informal letter has a different writing style, semi-formal letter has a different writing style. Similarly, formal letter has a different writing style. So our first task is to identify the letter type, the category of the letter. Okay, so let's see here. So situation one, or let's assume you haven't met a guy. You are supposed to write a letter to a person you have never met, and you don't even know the name. So this type of letter is known as formal letter. Means we are talking about a formal letter. For example, you are requesting information from a company. You don't know the person you are going to contact in the company or who is going to respond your letter. Right? You don't know the name. Applying for a job, you are sending your resume to a company like HR or career at the rate something. You don't know who you are addressing. You don't know the name. You have never met the guy. Complaining to a bank, to a store, to an airline, or to a hotel service. You have no idea who you are going to address. You have never met those guys. So the only way to identify you have never met the person, you don't even know the name. It means you are talking about a formal letter. How do you write a formal letter? There is a structure given to us. Say, dear sir or madam. You make a note of it. Just note this down. Always you start your formal letter always this way, dear sir or madam, and you end up by writing yours faithfully. In between we have the body section of your letter. Introduction, problem, solution, and conclusion. Here, as we are talking about a formal letter, so introduction is going to be straightforward. There will not be nothing like how you and how was life, how things were, how things was, nothing like that. Straightforward, come to the problem, give them a solution, and tell them what do you want to do. What do you want them to do for you? Right? I'll come up with another video and we'll talk about a specific problem and I'll teach you how to write a complete letter, a formal letter in my coming videos. Here, this is just to make you aware of the different style of the letters. The next one. Suppose you haven't met a guy, but you know the name. Say you were complaining to your landlord. There are chances you might have met or you might not, but you know the name very well. You were explaining something to your neighbor who like recently came to in your neighborhood. Or say you're asking something from a professor or some kind of permission. You don't know you know the profession name, but you name it. You may or may not. Chances. So this is the way to identify whether the letter is a formal or informal letter. Now see the writing style of informal letter. Oh sorry, semi-formal letter. Dear Mr. and then you write the last name because you know the last name, right? Dear Mr. whatever, Davidson, Jacob, Smith. And you end your semi-formal letter by writing yours sincerely. If you will see, there's a different style. Your formal letter, you started with dear sir or madam, and you have started your semi-formal letter by writing dear Mr. and the last name. You ended your formal letter by writing yours faithfully, and here semi-formal letter you will be writing yours sincerely. Right? You need to stick to these words. Okay. Now again, the letter will be same: introduction, problem, solution, conclusion. So as you are writing a semi-formal letter, so you can be a bit friendly, right? But not too much. Let's see here. Now, informal letter to someone you know very well. You know the first name or last name. You have met them, right? Number of times. See, inviting someone you know very well, thanking a friend, sorry, or asking for advice. So these type of essays are known as informal letter. By just by seeing that, right? Oh, it's a friend, or it's a family, or it's my neighbor. It's gonna be informal letter. So how do you write? Let's see the writing style of informal letter. Dear, and then you have to write first name because you say you are inviting a friend or you are congratulating a friend. Dear, write name of your first name of your friend. Dear. Then you end up your informal letter by writing best regards, or you can also write warm wishes because he's your close one. Then introduction, problem, solution, and the conclusion. Here in the introduction part, because you are talking about someone you know very well, so you can be a bit informal. You can ask him about how things are, how life is on. You can ask about family. You can ask about health. Right? So in my coming videos, I will talk about each type of the letter, and I'll discuss about each part of the letter. Introduction, how to write introduction, what to write in the problem, and how to write the solution, and then how to write the conclusion in my coming videos. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, here we have some useful expressions which can be used. If you use these expressions, there will be high chance for you to get a good mind score. Say you are writing a letter for apology. How will you write? I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry. Please accept my apologies. Please accept my sincere apologies. Right? Asking for help. How will you write? I would be grateful if you could. I was wondering if you could help me. I would like to know. Could you please? Asking for information. I'm writing to inquire about. I'm writing to find out about. The next, after dot dot dot, you will get the sentence from your problem, from your question. Okay. Next, we have like complaining or expressing dissatisfaction. I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with, and then here the next statement you'll get from the problem or the questions given to you. I'm writing to express my annoyance. Conveying regards. Please pay my best regards to your family. Please give my regards to your parents. Expressing satisfaction. I was delighted. I was very happy. I was thrilled. This is how you can use. If you use these phrases, there will be high chance for you to get a good band score. Giving good news or giving bad news. I regret to inform you that. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Good news. I'm pleased to inform you that. I'm delighted to tell you. I'm happy to advise. Right? Similarly, expressing concerns, we have I was so sorry, or I was sorry to hear that. Sympathy, something happened. Wrong happened basically. I'm writing to express my concern about. then you write this statement, right? For suggestions also, for closing, I'm looking forward to seeing you, or I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I look forward to meeting you. So thanks also. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. If you use these phrases, you will have a good impression. You will have good impression. Here I mentioned the link from where you can read more about these phrases, and then you can use in your letters. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the coming videos. I'll talk about each type of letters in my coming videos. Thank you so much.